Welcome people, we are back here again with another video. Now this video is the match review of the game Leicester 1 Chelsea 3. But before I get into the review, two very important things to speak about first. First and foremost, the most important, thank you very much to everybody who has supported this channel and helped me to get 119 views in the previous video. Yesterday when I had seen that I got over 100 views on the video, I was so happy. I was holding back tears of joy, and that is thanks to you guys supporting me every time I upload. I really appreciate that. I will continue to deliver good content. Please continue to support, like, share, subscribe, comment, all them good thing there. So yeah, that's the first thing. The second thing, not quite as important, but it does have significance. I wasn't able to upload a match preview for this game, and that's because yesterday night I had an economics workshop that ended at not half past nine, sorry, it was 10 past 9, right? Now this was to prepare me for my test that I have on Tuesday evening, so yeah, it was very important for me to attend. And after the workshop I was just so tired. I was so tired, you know, and I told myself, okay, I'll just wake up early, then upload, but then I didn't get up early enough to make a video long in advance of the game. So my apologies for that. In future, I'm going to try my best to overcome the fatigue that uni gives me and deliver content regardless. So yeah, let's now get into the match review. So the structure of the match review is going to be the story of the game first. Then from there, player ratings, and we'll end off with a rating for the manager. Now, in the first few minutes, the King Power Stadium was very lively. The Leicester fans came out in their numbers and they were making a noise. They were giving their team encouragement, you know. And what I saw in the first few minutes was Chelsea attacking Leicester, then Leicester attacking Chelsea. Chelsea attacking Leicester, Leicester attacking Chelsea. It was a nice open, it was an end-to-end game, you know. So if you want to think about it in tennis terms, it's like I serve, and then you hit the ball back to me, I hit it back to you, you hit it back to me, just like that. So that was the story of the first few minutes, until, of course, Benjamin Chilwell scores a goal from a corner. Well, not directly from a corner. So what happened is we won ourselves a corner in it, right? It was delivered into the box, headed away by a Leicester player. Now, Kalidou Koulibaly receives the ball in the box, right? And when a centre-back gets the ball in the box, you're just thinking, I'm not sure that this is going to turn into something meaningful, you know? But he gets the ball, right? He goes to the byline, right? He puts in a cross, right? And it goes over everyone. And it nearly goes from one end of the box to the other end of the box, right? And that cross of his finds Ben Chilwell, who is perfectly poised in lots of space. And he hits it so well, and he puts Chelsea 1-0 up. Now, with this goal, what I like about it is that Koulibaly didn't think to himself, no, I'm a defender, I can't do anything for the team going forward, you know? He had the confidence to at least try to put in a cross, and he did put in a cross. Now, it's not the best cross in the world, but it doesn't matter. What matters is that it found Chilwell, and Chilwell, he was so chilled when the ball came to him, right? And he put it into the back of the net like it was nothing. And what's impressive about the finish is that it's well controlled from a ball that was coming from very high in the sky. So he had to keep his eye on the ball. He had to time the strike just perfectly, and he had to make the best possible connection he could with the ball, and he did that. And that led to us going 1-0 up. You could say that the goalkeeper shouldn't be beaten by his near post, but hey man, it is what it is. We got our goal. That made me happy. Now, following the goal, there were moments in which Chelsea were attacking and we were doing something going forward, you know. In the 30th minute, in the 31st minute, I think it was, we got one of our goals disallowed. So what had happened was Marco Correa got the ball. He passed it to Mykhailo Mudryk, who had dropped deep centrally, right? He turned, passed the ball out wide to Loftus-Cheek. Loftus-Cheek put in a first-time ball to João Felix. João Felix slots it in, but unfortunately, when Ruben Loftus-Cheek played the ball to João Felix, he was offside. Now, with this, it was disappointing for us to have a goal chalked off by VAR, but what I really liked is that Correa played a sublime pass. Mudryk wasn't just playing on the left, like you would imagine him to do so. He was playing central in this game, showing that he has a little bit of versatility to him. Now he got the ball, picked it up nicely, a good pass out wide to Loftus-Cheek. And Loftus-Cheek, instead of taking many touches, trying to do something fancy, he put the ball into the box first time. Now, my problem with João Felix is that him being offside was unnecessary. He had already gotten the wrong side of the defender. So if he just held his run a little bit, he would have been onside. We would have been 2-0 up at that point, And at 2-0, it's looking a bit safe for us. So I'm looking at him for that one, saying, João, you should not be offside there. Everybody else has done very, very well here. Loftus-Cheek couldn't have played the pass any earlier. So why are you offside, So yeah, but it is what it is. Now, one thing that I noticed in the first half that I wasn't very happy with is that it seemed as though Leicester were able to easily put pressure on our defense. Now, I think that's because we didn't establish any form of control in midfield from Kova and Enzo Fernandez. And I was thinking that during halftime, I was thinking that Graham Potter should put Zakaria on, right? Take somebody off and put Zakaria on to add an extra midfielder, right? And one who is a traditional defensive midfielder who can lock down the defense, give us some control, That's the kind of thoughts I was having at halftime. But before that, right, João Felix had gotten the ball near our box. He was trying to play out and he overplayed. He lost the ball. Patson Daka picks up the ball. He shoots, he scores. And with this goal, you can only look at João Felix. He's the reason that we conceded and the score was now 1-1. There's not much Kepa can do about the shot because it's so close to being right in the corner. What more can he do? He was at full stretch. So I'm looking at João Felix for that one. So for me, what João Felix did wrong in the first half was being offside unnecessarily, and then secondly, trying to overplay, losing the ball, and then the opposition scores. But it is fair to say that he did have an opportunity in that first half where a ball was played in by Havertz, lovely pass from Havertz, and what had happened is, what's his name? João Felix controlled the ball perfectly, right? He continued in his stride for a little bit, put a shot on goal, and it hit the post, unluckily for him, but it was a good piece of play. Okay, guys, please excuse me. I'm feeling a bit down, so in terms of illness. So yeah, just excuse me for now. Okay, I'm back. So yeah, with João Felix, what I saw from him was he had one very good moment, right, where he just got a little bit unlucky, but then two moments where he should have done better. And that's how I felt about his first half performance, right? Now, after Leicester had scored, now you're getting a bit worried because now Leicester are playing with more confidence and Chelsea weren't playing badly today, but I don't think we played extremely well. Guys, sorry, please excuse me once more. Okay, I'm back. So yeah, that's how I felt about João Felix's performance in that first half. And I'm saying it because I'm speaking about his performance because his performance it contributed to major events in the game. So hence I'm mentioning him from jump. Now, Leicester were coming at us, putting pressure on us. And I was getting worried because, again, we weren't establishing control in that midfield. Leicester can just put pressure on our defense at will. They're just doing what they want. And that worried me. But luckily, we survived that storm. And Enzo Fernandez played a fantastic ball over the top of the Leicester defense and put in Kai Havertz, who slotted the ball into the back of the net fantastically well. When he had first scored the goal, I thought he was offside, and I was so worried that we're going to have another goal ruled out. But luckily, it stood, and it was 2-1, and went into halftime with a lead over Leicester. Now, during the first half, Marco Correa and Wesley Fofana had been booked. And like I said, we didn't have control over the midfield. So what I thought of doing was take off Marco Correa, right? Go to a back four and put on Dennis Zakaria. Because Kova and Enzo were not establishing control in that midfield whatsoever. So put in someone who probably could. You know what I'm saying? Now, Graham Potter didn't do this. Instead, he did something that I didn't think he would do at all. He took off João Felix and he put on Conor Gallagher. And when I first saw that change, I was thinking, what is this man doing? Does this man want to succeed? But in the end, it worked out, so it's fine. So the second half got underway, and I felt like it was more of the same. Leicester just like being able to do what they want to do when they want to do it, right? In terms of putting pressure on our defense and all that, and all them thing there. And we weren't really like doing much about the situation. We were kind of just surviving, you know, riding the wave. We did have a few moments going forward, but it wasn't enough for me, you know. I was just thinking, we aren't bossing them. We aren't dominating them. Granted, they were playing at home. They've got their home fans making noise for them and all those things. But I'm just thinking, guys, where is the control from our side? Where is the dominance, you know? But we did still create a few chances here and there. Mykhailo Mudryk had a chance where he did actually put the ball into the back of the net, but unfortunately he was offside. He just went a little bit too early in terms of his run, but it is what it is. He will learn from that, I hope. And with Conor Gallagher having come on, initially I was so skeptical, right, and cynical of the change. But then I was thinking, when I was watching him, I'm thinking, you know what, he's actually contributing to what we're doing going forward, so I'm not going to give him too much slack. Now, luckily for us, I believe it was in the 80th minute or so, we got a third goal, and it was good team play overall. Firstly, from Enzo Fernandez to Kai Havertz to Mykhailo Mudryk, who provides an assist for Mateo Kovacic's goal. Now, Kova's goal was very good. He kind of had to improvise. It seemed like he wasn't perfectly set for the ball to come to him, but Mudryk headed it to him. Kova was near the penalty spot, and he put it away very well. Now, after that, it was kind of a wrap on the game, to be honest, because Leicester didn't do much more. The only noteworthy events from there was a red card for Leicester in the 87th minute. Wout Face, I think his surname is. I'm sorry if I got that wrong, but yeah. So yeah, that's all the major events that occurred during the game that I remember well. Now, in terms of player ratings, Kepa gets a 6.5. Now, Kepa gets a 6.5 because there was a particular moment in the first half where he had to produce a good save to his right, and it was from Madison's strike. Now, the reason why he only gets 6.5 is because he wasn't that great today. Outside of that moment, I don't think he was that great. I think at times he wasn't so sure of himself, not claiming crosses as confidently, not dealing with balls into the box as confidently as he usually does. Hence, he doesn't get a very high rating, you know. But he gets that 0.5, right, because of the good save that he made from Madison's shot. Now, left wing back Benjamin Chilwell. How much are we going to give Chile? We can give Chilwell a 7.5. Now, I'm giving him 7.5 because I feel as though he did contribute to the pieces of play that we put together going forward, and he did score. And throughout the game, you didn't really see him make any defensive mistakes. In certain situations where we needed him to bail us out, he did that very well. And I was really happy for him when he scored that goal, because every time he touched the ball, he would get booed to hell by the Leicester fans. And for him to score and just to silence them like that, that was fire from him. So he gets 7.5. Now we go to Mark Cucurella. Mark Cucurella can get a 7 from me after today's performance. And the reason why it's a 7 is because what I liked about Cucurella today is that he had one thing in his mind: win back the ball, win back the ball, win back the ball. You could see throughout the entire game, he had this intense desire to win back the ball, and he was covering a lot of ground, winning ground duels, winning one or two aerial duels, and that's what you love to see. So he gets a 7. He doesn't get any higher because he did get booked um, for a bad tackle, and in addition to that, he made a few mistakes here and there, and that's why he doesn't get any higher than that. But yeah, we move. Now, Khalidou Koulibaly. Khalidou Koulibaly gets a 7.5. Koulibaly defended very well today. He was in the right positions at the right times. Where we needed him to make a block, he made that block. Where we needed him to make this interception, he made that interception. Win back the ball in high up the pitch, he did that. Very, very good performance from him. He played really, really, really well. And it's very important for him to play well because Thiago Silva, one of our most experienced footballers at the club, is out until at least April, right? So Koulibaly has to step up and show the young guys what needs to be done, and he did that today, so he gets 7.5. And also he set up that assist for Chilwell, so that's fantastic from him. Wesley Fofana gets a solid 7. Again, he was one of the players that got booked alongside Cucurella in the first half. But apart from that, he played well. He, much like the other defenders, he was just in the right positions at the right times, making interceptions when he needed to make the interceptions. And also, when Leicester would try to play balls in behind, what he would do is he would get in front of the attacking player, just shield the ball nicely, and then it goes for a goal kick, And he's been doing that well lately. So yeah, he gets a 7 from me. Now, Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Ruben Loftus-Cheek definitely gets a 7, between 7 and 7.5. Because going forward, Ruben really, he helped us today. You could see that this man actually contributed something to the attack in terms of that goal that was disallowed for João Felix. Loftus-Cheek can't play that pass any earlier than he did. So that's on Felix, in terms of being offside and getting that goal ruled out. But going forward, Ruben was on it today. He was beating players, getting fouls right high up the pitch. Then also you see him tracking back and dealing with a Leicester player who's trying to put a ball into the box. So that was good work from him at right wing back today. I would say his score is inconclusive, but it's anywhere between 7 and 7.5. Now, the midfield pivot of Enzo Fernandez and Mateo Kovacic. I think that Enzo can get a 7 because he was... Yo, guys, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Yo. Fuck. Yo. Now, Enzo Fernandez gets a 7 because of the fact that he played a few good passes, very, very good passes. I remember he played one pass and it set up a chance for Havertz. We didn't get nothing much came from that chance, but it was a good pass by Enzo, extremely good pass. And then he also set up Havertz's goal. So for that, he gets a 7. Here and there, he did also help win back the ball, but other than that, he didn't do much else. But for the fact that he played good passes and he won the ball back at certain times, he gets a 7. Mateo Kovacic, I'll give him a 7 as well because of the fact that he did help to win the ball back, right? And furthermore, he got the goal. And Kova doesn't get a lot of goals, but when he does, then it's not pure luck, right? It's him being in the right position at the right time. So he put himself in a very good position, right? And it was a very good finish, considering the fact that he had to kind of improvise when the ball came to him. He wasn't perfectly set. So, yeah. Now, going into João Felix, Havertz, and Michailo Mudryk. With João Felix gets a 6 from me because of the negative things that he did in the first half in terms of overplaying and leading us to conceding, and then him also being offside unnecessarily. Again, I have to deduct points there from him. But then again, he did get unlucky with a chance, and he was very good positioning from him. It was a lovely finish, it was just a bit unlucky. And he helped us play out from the back, in terms of being able to pick the ball up, run with it, and just help us advance. He did those things right, so he gets a 6 for that. Actually, you know what? Let's give him a 6.5. But that's where it ends for him for today. Michailo Mudryk. I'll give Michailo a 6.5 because I feel as though there were moments where he did things very well, but at the same time, they weren't enough. He was a bit quiet at times. So obviously, the assist for Kovacic, we have to give him credit for that. He put himself in a good position. The header down to Kovacic was good. Then there was also another instance in which he picked up the ball from a pass from Loftus-Cheek, advanced nicely with it, and won us a corner. Another occasion, he got the ball. He was in on goal and he scored his first Chelsea goal, which was ruled out, unfortunately. But he did good things. He had good moments, but I don't think they were enough of them, And for that reason, I have to give him a 6.5. Now for Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz gets a 7. 7, yeah, we'll give him a 7 because Kai, not only did he score today, but then his link-up play with others was good, his movement was good. You're not just thinking, Kai, come on, like, do something, in terms of him not moving around, but he also didn't try too hard to do too many things right at one time. So, yeah, for that reason, he gets a 7. Now, oh, yeah, wait. I need to rate Conor Gallagher as well because he did come on. Pulisic and Chalobah also came on, but they weren't on long enough for me to give them a rating. As for Conor Gallagher, he gets a 6.5 for sure. He came on and he injected a good bit of energy into the team. He fought to win the ball back. Going forward, he helped in creating chances, in terms of how he was playing, how he was moving, the passes that he's picking out, things like that. He did well in those respects. So he gets a 6.5. He would get a 7 if he had a greater impact on the game, like maybe a goal contribution, but he gets a 6.5 from me. And yeah. And for Graham Potter, I didn't agree with the team that he put out, but the team that he put out did a good job. And he subs again. I didn't agree with them, but we won 3-1. So does it matter if I agree or not? No, it doesn't. He gets a 7 out of 10. He coached a win, and for that reason, he gets that rating. So yeah. Yeah, that's all I have to say, guys. Thank you very much for listening and watching. I'll see you again in a few days' time. Up the chaps.